Today you'll learn how to park on a hill like a pro and ace your road test. Parking on a hill is one of those maneuvers that many drivers find to be difficult to learn. Not only do you have to successfully park, but you also have to have complete control over your vehicle and surroundings. When you've parked, it can also be difficult to remember if you should point your wheels to the left, to the right, or straight ahead. Let's start with how you should point your wheels. You will need to turn your wheels in a direction that prevents your vehicle from moving into the path of traffic if the brakes fail. And this means you will need to turn the wheels differently, depending on whether you are standing uphill or downhill, as well as if the road has a curb or not. Turning the wheels the correct way when parking on a hill is a simple precaution to prevent what could be a very dangerous accident. Okay, so how does it work if there is a curb? If parking downhill, turn your steering wheel toward the curb. If parking uphill, on the other hand, turn your steering wheel away from the curb and let your vehicle roll back to touch the curb gently. Now this works as a safety mechanism to help prevent rolling in the case of brake failure. And what if you are parking on roads without a curb? Now if there is no curb or the curb isn't high enough to stop your vehicle if it starts to roll, then you need to point your wheels differently. The wheels must be turned so your vehicle will roll away from traffic in the case of brake failure, which basically means that your vehicle will roll off the road instead of onto the road. Now, before we continue, please take a moment to like the video and subscribe. It will really help our channel and more people will be able to find this video. Thank you. Okay, let's say you've parked and turned the wheels in the proper direction. Now what? Well, if you're driving a manual car, don't forget to leave the car in the correct gear. It will help keep your car in place by using the engine braking effect, which means your engine will act as a second brake, together with the parking brake. Manual transmission cars should be in first gear when parked uphill and reverse gear when parked downhill. You can think of the correct gear being the gear that points up the slope. Lastly, let's go through a simple driver checklist so you know that your car is safely parked after parking on a hill. Ask yourself these questions before you leave your vehicle. Does the road have a curb? Are you parked uphill or downhill? Are the wheels positioned correctly? Will the vehicle roll into traffic or off the road in the case of brake failure? Is the car in the correct gear? That is, does it point up the slope? And have you activated the parking brake? That's it for this video. I hope you liked it. If you want to study more, press the link in the description.